And, the things of this world are just not it. Paul, I'm going to read both scriptures to you, okay? I'm sorry if I'm sweating you out here, but 2 Corinthians chapter 4, you got to hear this. Don't lose heart. Paul says we don't lose heart. Outwardly, we're wasting away. He means the physical body. It's falling apart. But inwardly, man, we're being renewed. He says, for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. See? And Paul's not trying to minimize anything that is tough in your life. He's just saying, put it in perspective. And 100 years from now, what does it really matter? Relax. God's going to take care of you. 1 John chapter 2. This can be sinful, this way that we look at the world. John says, don't love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does. That discontent for things that we got to have and the circumstances. God's not in that. He says the world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever. Finally, the secret to contentment is obviously found in Jesus. It's found in Jesus. I love that word that Paul uses, where that whole power thing. You got different translations, right? Talking about that, where Christ strengthens me, he strengthens me. This whole power thing, it's best described this way, I think. It's where he infuses me with his power. Paul said, my best times are when I'm weak. 2 Corinthians chapter 12. He says, about this thorn in the flesh thing. He says, God says to Paul, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Therefore, I'll boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power rests on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. He infuses me with that power. You don't have to be dependent on all the things that this world is trying to tell you you need, that'll make your life perfect. If your health is perfect, if your retirement is perfect, if your relationships are perfect. See, Jesus is the one who will empower you for anything in this world. And obviously for the world to come. Wow. This is a wonderful lesson. And I know that if I speak to a crowd this size, there's a certain amount of discontent. No doubt about it. Please learn the secret. Enjoy the life, the gift that God has given you. Enjoy it. Embrace it. It's through him. Oh, come, please, come now. Yeah, come now. I thought they were going to get, I thought they were playing a trick on me. They thought, because I was goofing around with them, that they went and hid somewhere. And I'm like, oh no, I got no team. I done messed up with them. And I love these guys. They do such a great job in leading us in worship, right? What a wonderful thing it is to worship the Lord together. It is. As our spirits join together in worshiping the one true living God. We want to also minister when we're together. We need to care about everybody in the body. And if you're not content, then it's not good. And we want to pray God's power into your life to bring you to the place where the Apostle Paul can say, I can do all things. Also, this passage is also misunderstood too. I can't dunk the basketball because of Jesus Christ. You realize that, right? That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about that contentment, that sufficiency of walking in this life. I can do it. I can face every circumstance. I can face any plenty or any want, anything in this world with him. That's my power. He's my sufficiency. So let's all stand, and if we can minister to you, we want to do that as our wonderful worship team leads us.